Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Habitual Line Crosser, and as you can see, you know what? We're not even gonna talk about him. He pooped all over the kennel. Grandpa Puff is forever. So I should play Arma. I tried playing Arma once. A friend of mine bought it for me, and I played it, and he was like into like real big RPing, and fine. We got new treats for the pooches. Compliments of you guys, realistically. And HLC, you could use a laugh after today. Well, I'm going to do the best I can for you, my dude. Here, Knox. And here, Rain. They both went to the grooming salon because their shedding is out of control, so they both got shaved. Inquisitor Ferris with the first one of the night. Can I play Earth Defense Force? Right now, I don't even have time to play the games that I want to play. In case you're wondering, I gave him the second raccoon. So I will tell you guys this, and I'm gonna be totally upfront with you. I have a design with Franklin the raccoon. Hopefully next week sometime it should go live. Like I love it. It's probably going to be my favorite shirt design. I got with Bunker Branding and I was like, hey, this is my idea. What do you guys got? And they're like, we had some back and forth and some critiques and stuff like that, and it's perfect. I think it captures everything perfect. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's going to be awesome. So, Inquisitor. HLC game development is easier than ever with Unreal Engine 5. Just film with an iPhone, import it, tweak it. You should be able to make an indie game with smart planes. You know, I tell you right now, once I get out of the military and I have some spare time, that sounds like an absolute fucking blast. And I may start dabbling and stuff like that. It's just right now time is the hardest thing for me. Like today, while they were at the grooming salon and Knox was projectile shitting all over the place, I was busy working on your guys' next USA versus the world. And there's so much going into this one. So I was like, well, I need a picture of this. Well, I need to splash this up here. I need to punch in because there's a joke right here. I need to pull out because of that. I need to, it's been a lot. So I'm 15 minutes into the whole video, and I think the video is like 38 minutes or something. But honestly, I think it's my best work. Pretty happy. Franklin is the greatest addition to the lore of the kid. I'm glad. How do you do? We're putting Franklin on all things. I will try. Can I take an example from the kid? Say, would you be sorry? I'd be sorry to hear, bud. I think that's funny, actually. Make a grandpa kid voice, mixing the buff and the 22 voices for sheer intimidation out of our enemy. I gotta be able to hear myself for this. Would you intercept me? That's really hard to do, is put those two together. I've never even thought of that. The Growler got its first air-to-air kill. I did see that. I saw that an F-18 or an EG-18 Growler got its first air-to-air kill. And again, that aircraft scares me more than pretty much anything else in the world as an air defender. So, Tactical Turtlenecks, newest cryptid. I have not seen Tactical. I'm not even familiar with Tactical Turtlenecks. If I could make a movie, what would it be about? Personally, I would say everyday menial life in the military. Everyone thinks everybody in the military is running around with guns and doing combat roles and shit. The U.S. Army is the funniest place you're not allowed to laugh. You know how many, it could literally be a slapstick humor movie with, an underlying, story. And all the vets are going to be rolling because they're going to be like, we did that. I've seen that. That's so fucking wild, it has to be true. The military is the funniest place you're not allowed to laugh. KLR Productions on YouTube has a hilarious raccoon-based voiceover videos. Prime for partnering with. KLR Productions. Let me get up my nice fancy-dancy pen here. Write that on my list. KLR. I'm trying to stay on top of this. Also, thank you everybody for being here. The Brits are laughing so much. Oh yeah, because in case you guys were unaware, Growler in the United Kingdom means lady bits, kind of like clunge does in Scotland. I'm telling you, the Scots have the best synonym. Is it a synonym or analogy? A synonym for lady bits. There's nothing on this earth that is just clungier than clunge. I blame the CloudStrike cyber crash on Franklin. He was hoping it would cause the hangar doors to unlock for the kid. That's fair. But this is the thing, the whole CloudStrike thing. I woke up this morning and they were like, "Hey, all Microsoft 365 stuff is down," and I was like, "Yes!" And I showed up to work. Fucking Nipper computer still worked. God damn it. Since you're the kid's legal guardian, I'm sorry about giving him the second raccoon hangar keys. You son of a bitch. The YF-23. Play No Man's Sky. So, I like it, YF-23, but so, you're talking about No Man's Sky. One of the things that I do plan on playing is Light No Fire, which is from the creators of No Man's Sky. It's a survival game. I like survival games. And the map is a planet. The whole fucking planet. And I'm not talking oh yeah, you can walk around the whole planet in 10 minutes. It's fucking massive. So, looking really forward to that. Hey, no big donuts today, got to repair. Jesus, Wither, that's still a big one, my dude. Dude, totally understandable. Take care of you. You are always number one, man. You guys don't got to do that. I always love you being here, Wither. Thank you so much, my dude. I'm trying to catch up here. Nala Lioness, what? If you made a TV show about Air Force flight lines or any flight lines, it'd only be allowed on HBO. That's fair. I assume Air Force flight lines are relatively similar to Army smoke pits. If you put a recording device at the smoke pits in the Army, especially deployed, people are losing their careers. Growler versus Patriot, who wins? Growler. 9 times out of 10. Not even a fucking question, because of what that thing can do to my radar. Man, I call a spade, man. Classic logic goes, since North Korea is apparently sending troops to Ukraine, I like to think it'll be the China send their troops secretly to in the northern uniforms. I don't. I really don't. China right now, they are not waging physical war because they're not in a position to, and they know that. China is waging economic war. That's what they're doing. They're buying as much as they can. They're creating as much as they can. To them, everything is a money game, and there is no money in Ukraine for China right now. So, to them, it's whatever. But that's why they want Taiwan. It's a money game. They're waging economic war. You stole maple syrup. I stopped saying sorry. Robin St. Pierre, what's up, my dude? You stopped saying sorry? Killing me, Smalls. Growler can also be me taking a dump. That's a thing. Hang on, I gotta. Knox pooped his pants. Yes. So here's the story. since you guys are all in here now. So here's what happened. Knox over there, love that dude. He's like my best buddy, and so they went to the grooming salon. Once a year, I get them shaved down. Now I got it. There's gonna be some people in here. Why you shave short-haired dogs? It's just we've done it for a long time, so they both get shaved down. Okay. And today, Knox was especially stressed. And he went, while he was on trazodone and Prozac? Yeah, for anxiety. So he was drugged when he went. And eventually the stress got so bad that every time he would bark, he would projectile shit. And yeah, so she called me. The groomer was like, yeah, I can't do this today. And I was like, that's fair. So I left her a big tip. I felt really bad. Boeing is trying to make planes obsolete. I'm unfamiliar with this. Can you elaborate that a little bit? It talks like a baby. Almost got charged for something today. Do not record any military member. don't ever record any of them. So I'm trying to catch. HLC, you seem like you would enjoy Astroneer. It is on my wish list on Steam. I just haven't. Right now, I'm all on Enshrouded and The First Descendant. I like Enshrouded, and Enshrouded is my addiction. I'm just waiting for the next update, which is coming soon. I just play The First Descendant to kill time until I get back on Enshrouded. Yeah. So it did the bird. Yeah, absolutely. Get your English Bulldog shaved every so often. Yeah, during the summertime, it helps out. He was shitting liquid lava, bro. Paul Greathouse, you rock! Apple pie, here for a good fight. What's up, Mirandy? Can I do a voice for the MQ-8 Fire Scout? I'm unfamiliar with what the Fire Scout... I mean, obviously MQ, at least from what I understand, MQ-8 is drone. I'm unfamiliar with the Fire Scout. I will look into it. Most of the time, if I haven't mentioned an aircraft or used an aircraft or used and created a character for it, it's just because I haven't found a reason to yet. So, don't take it... Cyberpunk is your current addiction? It's not bad. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wish there was co-op. I'm a co-op fan. I really enjoy co-op. I was going to write something down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was going to... Hang on. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Your uncle worked with Northrop on a top secret project. We know he dealt with GPS. Could it be Patriot 90s time frame? No. Northrop did not design the Patriot system. I will tell you, so Patriot is designed by Raytheon. Lockheed Martin makes the PAC-3 interceptors. At least when you're talking about the big three government contractors, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I know Weapons is gonna feel some kind of way about this probably, but at least in my opinion, Northrop Grumman makes the best bombers. Lockheed Martin makes the best fighters, and Raytheon makes the best C2 systems, command and control systems. So the fact that Raytheon is Patriot, or Patriot is Raytheon, makes complete sense to me. You applied to DoorDash yesterday, your first job? Good shit, Katie, I'm proud of you. Here, give you some more. I don't know why it's being jackassy. At what point will Franklin become the kid's lover? I don't know. I don't know, like, what the future... I remember I was like working or reading through some comments, and somebody was like, he was fighting a raccoon for a chicken nugget. And I was like, you know what? We should just keep that joke going. And I did. And now Franklin has become canon. And if I accidentally stop mentioning Franklin, or I kill off Franklin, my following is going to fucking riot. So I'm stuck. This is just where I'm at. Robin St. Pierre, EA-18 Growler equipped with ADM-160 molds and AGM-88 harms. Yeah, no, Growler all fucking day. I'm telling you, like, the thing scares me. The thing genuinely fucking terrifies me. Mrs. Linecrosser, I cannot move it right this second. I apologize. Winnie the Glorious Pooh freaking died. I'm not tracking he died. I'm tracking he had a stroke. Did he die? Mrs. Linecrosser is paying attention. Oh my gosh. She said that's okay. She'll give me a chingazo later. Look, this is the thing. There's some languages that have words that I just wish English had words for, and chingazo is one of those. And I've learned that word, and it's a Spanish word. I don't know what it means, but every once in a while my wife will irritate me, and I'll be like, I'm going to give you a chingazo. And it sounds like what it means, okay? What does Boeing make the best of? That's kind of hard to say right now. I want to say like they broke the mold with Buff. I really do. But most of what they do is actually civilian airliners. So I don't know. General Dynamics makes the best submarines. I counter that with GD makes the best tanks. General Dynamics was responsible for all the versions of the Abrams. Did I do some research on the 3003? I did not. I haven't had time. This whole week, guys, it's been absolute fucking chaos. Like, I get to work, finish everything I have to do there, come here and edit and update and do this and do that. I'm so sorry. You just got here, so can I restart? So Brian Phillips, pretty much what we're getting at is I took them to get groomed today, and Knox ended up projectile shitting all over the place while he was getting groomed. Ooh, Wolfram, heavy lift aircraft. I can fuck with that. Don't touch my raccoon. Twix or Snickers? Depends on how I feel that day. They're both kind of equal in my book. I am a Reese's guy. Not Reese's Pieces. Reese's. I do fuck with Reese's. Or I do love me a good Butterfinger. Took your first paid time off today. Congratulations on the year today. Stream is a great way to relax. Did you see someone already got that Trump photo tattooed on themselves? You know, I want Americans to follow and chase whatever they want to. I really do. I'm going to leave that at that. I'm not going to elaborate that one any further. Boeing makes the F-15 now? Well, wasn't it originally... Not Grumman. Who the fuck made the original F-15? Who wins? F-15EX versus F-18 Growler versus F-22 versus F-35? If there's one of each, I'm going to go with F-22. It's got the lowest radar cross section. It's got, I mean, the 35 is a good sensor suite. Now, if there's multiple, if there's several, the F-35 gets more power. It's a really weird thing. Like, you take an F-22 and you put another F-22 with it, it's like, okay, now you have two F-22s. You take an F-35 and put another F-35 with it, their sensors and fucking electronics intermesh, and they now become, like, it's like fucking Mastodon, Pterodactyl, like, they fucking come together like a Megazord. It's really weird, man. So, like, the more F-35s you have in the air at any given time, the more powerful that they are. It's a really weird thing. I love the F-18 Growler. I don't know what that thing can do to an F-22 or F-35 sensor suite. I don't know. The F-15EX, love it. F-15 is a fucking powerful aircraft. Unfortunately, it will get seen and not have it will not have first shot capability against the F-22 or F-35. It just won't. I love it. Great aircraft, it just won't have first shot. So it went from possum to raccoon. Was it? Reese is on top. Somebody said Little European Texas. Hold on. Feeling hot? Go to Catalonia? The locals will gladly cool you off. What is happening? The best hit dudes for Boeing. What? You like Toblerone? McDonnell Douglas. There you go. There you go. That's who made the original F-15. Couldn't the 22 get Franklin enlisted like the Polish did with Wojciech, the bear? I mean, yeah, there's been enlisted animals. Hell, there's an enlisted donkey like a couple miles from my house. His name is Big Deuce. Yeah, that's a real thing because he's the mascot for 2-2, and they call themselves Deuce Deuce, and he's Big Deuce. Yeah. Who was in the splash zone? Very important info. His poor groomer. And then he came home and just proceeded to shit even more in my backyard. I don't know what's going on. McDonnell Douglas for the F-15, my grandpa designed it. There you go. Sorry, I apologize. We are Legion. We are the F-35. I'm telling you, like, it's the F-35, man, like 1v1, 35 versus 22, 22 all day. I'm just going to be totally honest. But 522s against 535s, 35, 7 out of 10 times. And I really hate saying that because I love the F-22. But it doesn't have a centralized fucking sensor network like can be set up with the F-35. Like, you can have F-35 spaced way the fuck out, and as long as one of them detects an F-22, all of them detect that F-22. It's like it's really fucking wild what that thing can do. In an interview with the French general talking about how Russia's threat to the European countries individually and NATO without the USA, he said the NATO command is inadequate. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this. Can you make a skit where the F-22 sneaks out to Scotland and has a temporary Scottish attitude and accent? I don't know how I could make his attitude any worse. I don't know. The Pentagon has a chicken named Penny. Are you fucking serious? Catalonia locals protest by wedding tourists. You know, it's interesting. Like, different countries have different styles of protest. Like, in Japan, when they protest, it's really weird. And the only reason I know this is because my brother lives there. Like, they had a bunch of public transportation, like, bus drivers protest about their wages. And in America, what do? You shut down the bus lanes and you protest, right? But them, they would drive their route, and when they were off duty, they would protest. And then they would drive their route and protest because they knew that, like, yes, they were showing a protest, but they still knew that people had to get where they were going. And it's such a really weird thing. And then you come here to the U.S., and I don't know. I fucking, it depends on what protest you go to. Some of them are like, hey, you want to side with us? Let me teach you about this. And other ones are just like, I hate everything. I hate everyone. You all are awful. You're the most, insert offensive phrase here. Have I ever heard of the F-15EX Eagle II? Yes. Also, sorry-less salutation from I have heard of the F-15EX. Believe it or not, the F-15EX is in at least limited production, and from what I heard, they're sending them over to PACOM, which is Pacific Command. He said one reason why in 1966 France pulled back from NATO and only France has got their own troubles right now. What is my favorite Vietnam era aircraft? F4. I love the Phantom. It kind of got some cool shit. Can we see said planes and character shit? Maybe. Is this on Twitch too? No. I'm only on here, like, I have a Twitch, but I haven't used it in years, so it's like torn down. I just can't close it because there's like $2 in there to my name, so I was like, fuck it, whatever. Greeting from Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, you lucky bastard. What are you doing on a Friday night? Looking at me when you're in fucking Hawaii, bro. I'm jealous. Did he eat the Taco Bell Chihuahua? He ate his own farts. That's what he did. Can Franklin fly the 22? Listen, I can get myself where I'm going. I don't need the raccoon to help me. Well, words are hard today. The only thing that I don't like about using the kid's voice for long periods of time is it's very, you gotta use a lot of wind behind it. It's almost like a deep whisper. And when I do that too much, I get fucking lightheaded. See, China's busy obstructing vessels again. Yeah, they always pick on people until the U.S. shows up and they're like, we didn't do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. It's weird, man. F-22's avionics and sensor fusion is what the F-35 is based on. They even have DAS on F-22. Yeah, weapons. I got one for you. They don't have IFCN on the F-22. To be fair, most F-35s don't have IFCN. There's like a couple dozen of them that do. That's the Integrated Fire Control Network. He also said the French troops in Ukraine put their Article 5 protection on limbo. This is also repeated. Really? Last I heard, France completely denied that they had any troops in Ukraine. Blue Jay, if you're in the Discord, man, shoot me an article with this information. I would very much like to look into it. So just drop it in the Discord and tag me. The P61 Black Widow. I'm unfamiliar with that. Something I've learned since I've gotten into this this creator space is y'all aviation guys, you all have your favorite aircraft. All of you. You all have like the aircraft that you love more than anything else. And every single one of them is fucking different. I'm sorry. Like, you'll find two guys that both love the P-51. And they both like different oh, I like the Block 1. I like the Block 3. I will look up the P-61. I'm unfamiliar with it. I don't know much about it, so I'll check. NASA's reported this week a meteor crossed over the Statue of Liberty. Exploded 29 miles above Midtown Manhattan. Really? Meteor in Manhattan. Meteor in Manhattan. I will check. Oh, did you guys watch the video today? I had a lot of fun making that one. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen my video today. Okay, so spoiler alert. But while I was doing the China voice, I gotta be able to hear myself to know I'm doing the voice right. To try and get the stroke thing to work, what you couldn't see is behind that filter. I was like, "Yeah, great, China." I was trying to make myself look like I had a fucking stroke. Okay, it was a difficult process. Okay. Apple Pie goes, tacos or burritos? Yes. YouTube wins. Street tacos. I do fuck with street tacos. But like, it really depends on the mood, man. Like a good smothered burrito may take over street tacos. But like, I'm kind of there, man. Did we watch the video? Are you new? I fucking cherish you guys. I really do, man. What did I just pop into? Fucking weird shit. Favorite ICBM? Ooh, that is a question I've never been asked. I'm going to probably go, and God, I hate admitting this, but honestly, both ICBMs are both of our big ones are not Army, so I really, damned if I do, damned if I don't, but the Trident. I think, like, the sheer fear factor of the Trident, well, Trident 2 or Trident, there's nothing, there's just flat ocean, and all of a sudden, something the size of a fucking pillar at a Walmart just busts out of the ocean, lights on fire, and takes off 4,000 miles that way. Like that, just the sheer, like, that continent, get rid of it. Like, I love that. I love that about it. It's just, it's good. New lore, internet outage today turned a few F-35s as well as the kid. Just dropped their intelligence by half. I actually like that idea. I do need to mention the internet outage, probably in my next video. Actually, I don't need to write that down because I know I need to do the internet outage, and I'm going to remember that F-35 thing. Hear me out, Franklin getting loose inside the buff. So, if you just got in here, no, I'm not even going to do it because some of y'all are detectives. I was like, I have my next shirt design, and it involves the F-22 and Franklin. I just got it today. I gave the idea to Bunker a couple days ago, and then we did some back and forth, and I just got it today, and I fucking love it. It is phenomenal. And I was going to pull it up on my phone and go like that with the camera. But y'all, the internet is undefeated. Somebody will, like, take it, enhance the image, and it'll be all over the fucking internet, and that's it. That's it. It's everywhere. So I'm not even going to try that shit. Time to stop saying sorry, West Taiwan. Hang on. My video was a stroke of genius. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Chimichanga or chalupa? Chimichanga. Not a chalupa fan. Chimichanga, I mean, it's like the best of both worlds. It's like America invaded Mexico. It's a deep fried burrito. I guess it's fucking genius. You want Americans to eat Mexican food? Deep fried. I gotta call a spade, man. Hey, Chelsea, glad I can catch a stream. I work at a dog daycare. While dogs misbehave, I say yes, I would intercept you. I blame you. Guys, I had no idea how far this would you intercept me, I'd intercept me would go. I had no idea. Like, I was completely unaware. I'll be scrolling through Reddit and I see people post comments about it. I'll be on Twitter, people are posting comments about it. I scroll through iFunny, and people are saying that shit. Like, it's just, it has spread like wildfire, and it's hilarious. I like, don't get me wrong, I love it. Do I like Pokemon? And if so, do you think one of every Pokemon would beat the U.S. military? No, I don't. I don't think so. My favorite, Trident 2. Yep. Nugget, welcome back, Decade. Hi. Did you try the black current? Figure out hurling. Look up the siege. My uncle was at Jacksonville at 18. Hang on, do I have those written down? Let me look. Papuska Chevron, Slinger Weapon System, Vicksburg. Was it Vicksburg? Nope. No, I don't have that. Wait, Black Currant. No, I didn't. It's here in my notes. I'm so sorry. It's been a week. I'm so sorry. Sprint has got to go fast. Well, Sprint isn't an ICBM. If they said what's my favorite missile, yeah, Sprint's up there. What's up, bro? Love the channel. Well, thank you, Jason Hubbard. I appreciate you being here, my dude. Japan and South Korea retired their F4s. Made me sad. Man, that's sad. My favorite aircraft. Actually, I can't fucking hear anything anyway, so the headphones are coming off. Is right here. Yep. Can anyone tell me what... Oh, hang on. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Can anyone tell me what that is? I mean, it's on the data plate, but you can't really read it. I'm trying to see if I can... There we go. Can anyone tell me what that is? Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me, says the Patriot system. Someone said, yeah, oh, there we go. Corsair, F4U Corsair, yep. There's an F4U Corsair. It's sexy. And I love a good punching up story. And I mean, this is the thing, everyone else was starting to move towards jets, and the United States was like, we're just gonna make an enormous fucking engine and put it in the front of a prop aircraft. And these things were fighting jet MiGs. And they weren't like annihilating them, but they were holding their own pretty damn good. So like, the F4U Corsair is always gonna have that special place in my heart. After that, it'd probably be, and I love my Brits, the Hawker Hurricane. And this, again, it's punching up. They were able to produce those in much greater numbers, and the Spitfire was the one that like got all the attention, but the Hawker Hurricane was a fucking workhorse. Definitely top 5 plane. Mine's the Skywarden. What's oh, hang on, I read that one. Mistype said that France put troops in Ukraine and would put France's Article 5 protections in limbo, and other NATO members echoed the same. Huh. I did not know that. Well, I mean, yeah, that would make sense because you're actively putting them into harm's way. So, like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, fish or chicken? Chicken all day long. Not a fish fan. There's one type of fish that I have found that I really like, and I will actively catch and keep, and that is trout. I love trout. I grew up in Colorado. Trout is everywhere. I also, so I was told fresh caught salmon is good. I want to go to the Pacific Northwest and go salmon fishing once in my life during the salmon run. I like salmon sushi. Not a super big fan of like cooked salmon, but I was told it's very different when you catch it yourself. So I would very much like to do that in my lifetime. Hey there, ho there, bud. Would you say sorry? I stopped saying sorry. Oh, man. Maybe I'll have Canada echo some shit like that. 81 Skyrider, hello. Missed you on Unsub today. I know. So I was actually texting Eli today. We're trying to get something set up. I don't want to give anything away, but we're trying to get some stuff set up. I'm also trying to get some other stuff set up where Eli and the Unsub guys come out here, but if you're watching this, Big Army, pull your fucking head out of your ass. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to be totally, I'm getting out of the military. I don't care anymore. I don't care about my fucking job. What you don't realize and why the military is so afraid of social media is because for the first time in America's history and world history, random everyday people have a global voice. And instead of saying, wow, you know, we really don't treat people the right way. Maybe we should look at our processes and how we do things. They go, no, this person said the truth on social media and we must deal with it appropriately. You're stupid. Sorry. There we go. You like trouser trout? Maybe. $20 is $20, homie. The P-61 was basically Germany and Japan's sleep paralysis demon. The kid would like him. All right. P-61. I'm going to remember the P-61 because it's 10 more than the 51. So I'm going to check that out. Have I thought about making plushies with the voice's $1 million idea? No, yes, it's on my list. Right now, so Bunker Branding is who does all my merchandising and stuff. I love the company, love the guys. It's owned by Matt, Demo Matt. Great people, great place. My handler, every company that I work with, I attach myself to one person and I send everything through them. So I consider, John is my handler for Bunker, which is funny because John's like, I thought he was like, an adult. Bro, I walk in and this fucking kid looked like he graduated high school like 10 minutes ago. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. He works good. I got no issue with John. But I talked to him and a couple other people about the plushies, and we're working on it. It's going to be maybe a limited release in the future. So like I want to do this right and make them look good. Oh, hold on. I just saw something. One of you changed your name to Franklin D. Raccoon. And you said you found your blowtorch. This is it. Like, I peeked. There's nowhere to go from here. We had one guy come in and said HLC's FBI agent. We've had Patriot come in here. We've had the F-22 come in here. And now we have Franklin D. Raccoon. I peaked. Mrs. Linecrosser, it's all downhill from here. Time for me to get a real bad drinking habit in it. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Thanks for the blowtorch, Leon. I have a blowtorch here for Franklin D. Raccoon. Oh my god. Love the content. Oh yeah, there we go. We got that one. Sorry, I scroll down sometimes and it jumps way down. You want to see some amazing birds? Come to Phoenix and take a road trip to the Prima Museum. So one of the things I want to do in the future is actually like go to different museums and do videos there. I shot an email to the Fort Sill Museum and I still haven't heard anything back. As a former Air Force guy, I would love to hear what an air defender really thinks about the birds we have. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. Salmon sashimi is the best way to go, bro. I do fuck with salmon. Make the Raptor logo into a patch. That should have already been done. Well, we were working on it. I'm going to go bug John. I know we were like, Mrs. Linecrosser was also pushing patches. Catfish. So, Spectre Phantom, I don't know if you know this. I'm going to take a quick pause here and address this about catfish. I don't make the rules, but you have to be from the South to make catfish. Like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm from Colorado, not from the South. I have stood next to people who are from the South, and they're like, okay, now you're going to bread it, now you're going to do this, and like, they do it with me, side by side. Theirs tastes better than mine. Mine tastes like shit. I don't know what it is. It's something you're born with. I don't know why. Okay? Thanks for the blowtorch there. What's your thoughts on the F-34? I am unfamiliar with the F-34. So I'll be totally honest with you. I don't know everything about everything. Show us the lightsaber? Okay. I'll break it out. Oh, my Patriot missile fell. Oh, hang on. This was sent to me by... Oh my god, I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. If I saw it, I'd be like, yeah, him. You may not see it, but it's actually purple. Well, right now, until I change it. But it's actually like... You can hit the button and it'll... or you can actually... I don't know how I survived that. I'm just made of tougher stuff. There we go. I gotta hang it back up. There we go. Sorry, I know that light right there on the ground is kind of blinding when I stand up. Is Ryan Macbeth going to be on some podcast? I'm working on it. I talked to Eli about it. He's excited. It's just a matter of getting on the right schedule. It's like herding cats. I don't know how Eli gets people together all the time. That man, he is a national fucking treasure, because I have enough time like scheduling myself getting down there. And he's like, all right, we're going to have 3 people this day, 4 people this day, and then we're going to flip-flop and we're going to do 2. Like, when Eli is on that podcast and you see him, he's like that 24 hours a day. He's cranked up to fucking 11 from the second he wakes up until like the second his head hits the pillow. Eli is on 11. That dude, he's awesome to work with. Love Eli. The Fisher P-75 Eagle can be a Halloween episode aircraft built from P-39, P-40, and F-4U in the Dauntless Dive Bomber. True Frankenstein. P-75 Eagle. I'm going to write that down. I've never even heard of that thing. And I'll probably not remember that. Oh, come on. P-75... Guarantee you love PNW smoked salmon. I'll make a fucking hell yeah, I'll give it a shot. Make a Thunder Screech character who yells way too much. I've been thinking about how to deliver the Thunder Screech character. I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. It's a matter of when. Favorite fucking channel? You're my favorite. I can't say anyone's my favorite. You guys are all American fucking heroes. All of you. Let me see. Would you do another cartoon? Yes. I feel like my last cartoon was rushed and I didn't... When it came out, honestly, you guys were really good to me about it. You were like, hey, this missed the mark. Like, you know, this wasn't exactly what we were expecting. We understand you tried. And because you guys came at me like that, I want you to know, like, that shit, it absorbed my life for days. Like, after I posted that video and that's what happened, like, we went out to eat and all I was doing was thinking. I was like, these people deserve better, and I didn't fucking deliver. Like, none of you will ever beat me up as bad as I beat myself up when I fuck up like that. So, like, do I want to try it again? Yes, absolutely. You know, this game, this job is all about, like, progression. You know, how do you get better? How do you change things? That was a miss on the mark. That was my fault. I can't blame anybody but me. And so going forward, I will probably take several, like, months to put something like that together and then see what you guys feel about it. You'll be the first buyer for HLC belt buckles? Bro, I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen Yusha Thomas stuff on YouTube? He's another army guy. I am familiar with Yusha Thomas. I used to watch Yusha Thomas. Nothing against the guy. I really hope he's, crazy successful. And we have a difference of perspective, I guess is what I'll say. I stopped watching him a while ago. I used to really be into Yusha Thomas. But again, I wish him all the success in the world. I would never... there's plenty of success to go around. What is it? What is my top 3 favorite military patch? Unit patches is going to be 4th ID, 3rd ID, and Big Red 1. I think those just look really cool. Non-military patches is going to be... the only one I can think of is the Major League Infidel one I used to have on my chest. I love that damn thing. What's Skywarden supposed to do? Fucking, I don't know. Want you to know the USA Afghanistan meant a lot to a bunch of people I know. The emotion you showed in that video meant so much to service members I know. Thank you so very much. Honestly, Psychotic Pickle, I'm glad a lot of people, some people, did receive that really well. The video didn't do as well as I had hoped, which is okay. That's totally okay. It's an opportunity for me to learn. So I even asked, like, my Discord, like, hey, what was the non-draw about it? And a lot of them were, it's a little repetitive. So I made sure this next one I'm working on, not. They were like, you were highlighting the same things. Maybe highlight what they had and what we had that could kind of match up. And I was like, it's a good way of looking at it. So it's all about learning. And I want you guys to know that, like, when you're in the comment section saying things, I listen. I pay attention, because to me, it's like, I want to deliver you guys the products you enjoy. Like, that's kind of the way that I work, right? This is ultimately, it's a customer service business. Like, that's what this is, social media. So I want to make you guys happy that you're watching my content and taking that time out of your life. You said you have a Patriot missile. I have some 3D ones, and then I have a missile cap. So somebody sent me, someone from here sent me a 3D model of a Patriot missile, and this one has a serial number on it. The serial number is not significant to me, but I thought that was kind of cool. I sent it to a friend of mine who lives right down the road, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll print that for you, dude." So pretty cool. And then, of course, here is my missile plug from Flight Test 5. Came off of the back of one of the canisters of the missile I fired, so I'll never lose that thing. I'm gonna keep that fucking thing forever. All right, let's catch up. Always watching you, HLC. HLC's NSA agent. Now I have an NSA agent. I have an FBI agent and an NSA agent. Fucking where's my CIA agent? You need to get with him. Asking a nerd to show off his nerd toys. I'm gonna claim my free watch from the FBI now. Wait, I was told there'd be a raccoon. Where's the raccoon? Listen, Franklin has put in a lot of work today. I don't know if you know this, but a 12-pound raccoon dragging a 45-pound oxyacetylene torch really takes it out of him. And then them sons of bitches tried to arrest him, so he's sleeping in the vent. I'm adding more lore while we're on live stream. That's what's fucking happening right now. I'm still working my way through. Oh my god. I see the one from you, Real Men. I didn't. Oh jeez, I got way behind. There we go. Isn't far from Radio Cats. I'm surprised the U.S. never tried it. The U.S. has tried a lot of shit. We just be building shit, man. Hope you and your family are feeling pretty well. I'd just like to ask a short cameo again for Dominican Republic. Just speak the fastest. That's not Spanish. My Spanish is really rough. You heard about the new Rostov electricity plant. Wow. I don't know if you guys know this. This is an opportunity to talk about our sponsor, Dyslexia. Oh, by the way, I'm going to let you know straight up. I made fun of myself in the next USA versus the World video. I was talking about a number of something that they have, and instead of saying 100,000, I said, like, in confidence, I was like 10,000, and then I moved on. So I made fun of myself because 10,000 does not make any sense for this number of thing that they had. So yeah, I did that. You heard about the new Rostov electricity plant. I hear the reviews are positively going. That's fucked up, man. Time for more Table 8. Got to train up new mosquito wings. Hell yeah, get them out there. Get them out there in the van. Warsuit Gaming is another Patriot guy. But on the plus side, I don't know if you know this, Warsuit Gaming, the battalion commander can now sign off on standalone air battles. So you go out to the field, you do PM&E, prepare for movement and emplacement, and then you can come back in and do your air battles. So if you fail your air battles, you're not stuck in the fucking field for 72 hours. This has been my TED Talk. A lot of people just don't know that the regulation changed. I didn't know the regulation changed. Saw the last video while wearing my Trash Panda t-shirt, no less. Any update on possible HLC in the Air Force Museum to meet and greet? Love you and the missus, my dude. Eventually. So right now, between once it's done, I'll tell you guys what's going on. But I'm working on 4 projects simultaneously on top of being in the military. So it's once I get out of the military, absolutely. I do want to start a series where I go to like aviation museums and I have the curator there and we talk about like what this is and what that is, and I just throw in some puns and have a lot of fun with it. Absolutely, it's on my list of things to do. I don't know when. Maybe out of the military in the next year and a half, 2 years, I don't know. You cast iron deficiency. Sorry. Everyone's welcome here, everybody. You come from the land down under? Why don't you have memberships? Great question, Zach. And the reason I don't have memberships is because right now I don't have enough time to give exclusive content for memberships. So for me, it feels disingenuous to ask for people to pay, a monthly subscription as a member if I'm not giving them anything exclusive. Once I get out and I have more time to create, yeah, I don't see why not. LaCree, thank you so much. Franklin D. Raccoon. Can I get a hand pulling these pins? Franklin, I don't have fingers. What the fuck do you expect me to do? A documentary on Korean Navy pilots said the F4 in the Corsair was fitting, or FU in the Corsair was fitting in its ground attack role. The GOAT is the Douglas A1 Skyraider, had a MiG victory in Vietnam. Well, hold on. I take your A1 Skyraider and I raise you a B-52C? It's either C or D. When it still had tail gunners and it had a MiG kill in Vietnam. Some people don't know that. But it's okay. A1 Skyraider is still a beast. West, based on his newest vid, but chat was so fast he missed. I'm sorry, Oscar. I'm trying to keep up with it. Shorting plug, my beloved. Patch. Shave patches fire? What? Sorry, trying to keep up. Please get your military friends to help you write story screenplay based on called The Funniest Place You're Not Allowed to Smile. Play straight would be something worth seeing. Absolutely. So there's many a things in the works. Franklin D. Raccoon depends on wavelength. What? Oh wow. It did that thing again. Okay, there we go. It fucking dropped down. I'm so sorry. King Trout must be the voice of Franklin. Fight me. I might text him. That's actually not a half bad idea. For the kids' raccoon friend, buy some lockpicks. No. Have they tried minding their own damn business? Fucking nope. That was quick. HLC CIA agent. Well, fuck. There he is. Look, guys. Mrs. Linecrosser? Are you knocking? Maybe she has booze. Here, you can take my own cup. That's love, folks. When the woman shows up, knocks on the door, and just hands you booze. Posted some Franklin shirt ideas for me in the mod office. Let's take a look. I fuck with that. I fuck with that hard. Mod office. So I tell you what, don't take us the wrong way, weapons, but I did show, because I want it to be a good reveal. I asked for opinions from Teal and Scoob. Nothing against the rest of you mods, but I asked for opinions from Teal and Scoob, and they both, I think Teal's exact response of the design that I have put together with Bunker Branding is, when we have sex, the shirt stays on. And I was like, okay, I think that means he likes it. I'm right now on vacation in the People's Republic of China. The Great China. With my family for 7 weeks. I try to keep a low profile. I also paid for a VPN. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Cinny, I'm not going to say what I could say to possibly get you kicked off of the internet, because I really wish you the best. Your videos and voices are funny and great. If you need help in the voice, I'm game. Got nothing but time. That's the thing, man. There's so many people I want to like collab and work with. It's just like I have to come up with the idea. Then I have to send out a script. Then you got to record your parts. And then we have to get it to me without degrading the video somehow. And then I have to record my parts so it makes sense and then put it all together. And then like I have to pre-post it so that way I make sure it gets monetized. By the way, did you guys know, I didn't know this. So my USA versus Canada got demonetized. And I was like, why? Apparently you can't post war footage. But the area that said it had war footage was literally training footage from Canadian Special Forces. I appealed it and they said no. So I don't know what the hell's going on. This one, the country I'm doing right now, I made sure that you could see it was training footage. It was like targets. You could see that it was just targets and not people. So I'm hoping that that works. Please get... Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, my gosh. Okay, there we go. Radar question. How does inclement weather affect aircraft detection? My understanding is it affects aircraft radar. Maybe Weapon 175 can correct me. So it does. It affects radars in certain ways. It really depends on the type of weather. Dust storms, they can cause reflection and false tracks. So radar beams will bounce off of literally dust particles and they'll come back. You can detect clouds. Radars detect clouds, but a lot of that is based on your filters. So a cloud is moving X amount of slow, it's X amount of big. We know that those things don't actually exist. So if it meets those criteria, your radar will see it, but it won't display it to you. Now, when you're dealing with humidity, humidity is an absolute motherfucker. I don't know if it is for aircraft, but for ground-based radar, humidity is the worst goddamn thing in the world because it creates something called ducting. Now, what ducting is actually radar beams bending. And the best way to illustrate this is, have you ever stood in a pool and you put your hand in the water and it looks like your arm is bent in a weird angle? That's ducting. It is literally humidity in the air that is causing your radar beams to bend and return in weird ways, so your radar doesn't know what to do with that information. So that's one of our biggest problems, is actually humidity, which is ironic because United Arab Emirates, where I was at, was probably the most humid fucking place on this planet. Now I have CSIS demonetizing. Skitties. Y'all are fucking wild, man. When you come to Colorado Springs again, dude, you know what's crazy? I just got an invite from Leviathan to go to a range day down in Colorado Springs, but it's while I'm teaching. So I can't make it, which sucks because I'm from Colorado. Colorado Springs is like 50 or 60 miles from my hometown. I'm from Commerce City. I'll get down there eventually. Springs say you need to check out Dragon Man's Military Museum. I was stationed in the Springs for 3 years, but I don't remember ever seeing that. Fully active and working. Pantsir AA, yay or nay? In the proper application, the Pantsir is a very capable system. It's a piece of a layered air defense system, but the way that they're implementing them, it's really weird. The way that I've been seeing these air defense systems get implemented on the battlefield with Russia, it looks like they're just throwing them out there willy-nilly and hoping they shoot shit down. Like, they're not co-located with any assets like you would do with a Patriot system. They're not layered like you would with American systems. They're just thrown out there willy-nilly. It's very strange. It's like Russia has these systems, but they have no idea how to implement these systems. It's really, really weird. Most humid place, LOLing in, is that Guam? I promise, bro. I'm telling you, 120, 130 fucking degrees and like 90% humidities. When the buildings sweat at night, fuck that. What are your thoughts on the possibility of World War III? I don't think we're as close to World War III as people think. Because everyone's afraid of World War III. But you know why people are saying World War III? Because it gets you to click on their link. Here's the thing. I'll be real with you. Sooner or later, the big guys are going to fight. But I think both of the big guys know that going fisticuffs is going to end in the world ending. They know that. It's a difference in doctrine. The United States de-escalates repeatedly before we escalate anything, right? So like Operation Praying Mantis, we were trying to like be chill. Iran had actually attacked our ships before and we were like, hey, you need to not do that. You know, don't do this. They were like harassing us. They wouldn't leave us the fuck alone. And then all of a sudden we hit a sea mine and it's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's what we did. We de-escalate way before we escalate. Russia, on the other hand, they escalate before they de-escalate. That's why, like, fucking Putin stubs his toe and he's like, we will nuke the West. Like, it's the weirdest shit. So they immediately go to 1,000 and then they come down. But both sides, no matter how senile they might be, both sides know you start throwing nukes, everybody loses. Somebody said we're still in the Cold War. You're not wrong. It's just, instead of the Soviet Union, it's the fucking, what is it, the something Russian Federation? So I don't think so. Feed the snail. I will not feed the snail, the man. You think Boeing's lack of quality control post-merger is still affecting their device division or defense division? I don't know. From the people I've talked to that work at Boeing, the quality control... Well, okay, so here's the thing. When Boeing makes a civilian airliner, Boeing sends their own mechanics to the airline to train other mechanics. So sometimes those mechanics don't know what the fuck they're looking for. When Boeing makes an aircraft for the military, they go through that motherfucker. Like, so our Patriot system, when we get upgrades on our Patriot system, we literally sell it back to Raytheon. We sell it at fucking, I don't know, $500,000-$800,000. We sell it back to Raytheon. They accept it with all the shit with it. And then they do their upgrades. They rip it apart. They fucking update this, do this, whatever, update it. And then they sell it back to us at a fucking markup, like $1.2 billion or some stupid shit, right? And we get it back. When we take it back, we have to go through and verify every screw, every bolt, every cap, every fucking piece of paint is on there. Everything is functional. We have to verify every bit of that system before we can accept it. So military quality control, I feel like, is always going to be higher in general. I could be wrong, just because we know what the fuck we're looking at. Alphabet agencies assemble. Agents of the alphabets. Oh, hang on. Agents of the alphabet agencies tracking Mr. Linecrosser to unveil themselves. We are back. I'm sorry. Thank you, CIA. What's the CIA saying? Just change their rules in a stupid way that targets gun tubers and yes. So I see it from both sides. YouTube changed their rules on gun tubers, not necessarily to target gun tubers, but to cover their own ass. YouTube gets sued all the fucking time. If somebody is shot and someone was posting videos on YouTube talking about how they're going to shoot people, YouTube gets fucking sued. They get sued all the goddamn time. And I feel really bad because YouTube, I will tell you, if you are starting a social media corporation, if you don't monetize in the same way YouTube does, 55% of their ad revenue goes to creators. I don't know if you guys know that. It's like $390 million a fucking week. Goes straight to creators. So 55% goes straight to creators. 45% goes to YouTube. Everywhere else you go to, Twitch is like 60-40, and that's only when you make partner. It's like 70-30 before that. Fucking Kick is the same way. Everywhere else monetizes like shit. YouTube has figured it the fuck out. If you pay people a good wage for their effort and their time, they're going to continue to come back. Have I ever been to Burlington, Colorado? I don't know if I've been to Burlington. I probably have. I've been all over the fucking state, man. I used to drive a tow truck out there. I'm trying to think of where Burlington, Colorado is. Is it up near Craig? World War III SEO. Still in the Cold War. Don't touch our boats. Don't touch our boats. Ever. Sorry, we go. I caught up. Electric boat General Dynamics. Yes. What? Purple Doritos are best. Fuck you. Cheese. The nacho cheese Doritos, hands down. Besides, I'm a smartass with my voices like you. I just saw a raccoon, Franklin, and Kid. So, everyone has a universal mocking voice. I learned this years ago while I was in high school. Everyone has a universal mocking voice. And everyone's is different, but like when someone cuts me off, I'll be like, oh, I'm a fucking retard. Like, I have a universal mocking voice that I use to mock people. So, Craig's not here, man. Yeah. Have I ever been to New Orleans? No, I've not. I would love to go down there sometime. Maybe for Mardi Gras. That's the touristy thing to do, you know? Cool Ranch Doritos fucking rock. Hold on. Cool Ranch, I will say, nachos are above Cool Ranch out of the bag, but 3D Doritos, Cool Ranch is above nacho. But some of y'all ain't old enough to know about 3D Doritos. Knox wears pants? Not anymore. He shit them. Must have a great too. I'm back. YouTube will consider monetizing your video. Thanks, CIA. I appreciate it, man. Next is USA versus the world. USA versus... Is the next one USA versus Poland? It is on my list. I'm not going to give it away. It is on my list. This one, I feel like the main reason people didn't like Afghanistan, and I verified this through my Discord. I asked people in my Discord, I was like, hey, you know, why did that video miss the mark? A lot of them were like, look, we know who's going to win that fight. I was like, that's fair. I think, so this one is a country. This one is absolutely a country. But I think after this, I'm going to dabble in the fantasy realm. And we're going to see how that goes. That is going to be probably the most labor-intensive research that I ever have to do. Because, like, don't get me wrong, pick a fantasy, right? I know fuck all about Warhammer. I don't know enough about Star Trek. I love Star Wars, but I don't know how many numbers of shit that they have. I don't know the capabilities. Can fucking missiles get through a shield? I know phasers can't. So I don't know that. Like, that's information I need to fucking know. And if I'm fighting in a universe, like, against the Federation, like, there's so many things that I need to dig into. So I think the next time I'm going to dabble in fantasy, but we're going to see how that goes. Because some of y'all, man, I love you guys, but you are so quick to like, listen, episode 13, subsection 12, at exactly 3 minutes and 14 seconds, Captain Kirk says, I'm like, well, fuck, man. I'm just a missile dude. USA versus UNSC, USA versus dinosaurs versus the Borg, African League. What is the African League? I've never even heard of that. Boeing's original design for the 700 series airliners were designed to be converted to bombers and troop transports in case the Cold War went hot. I believe that. You know what is the thing? I'm doing homework, and one of the American systems that I kind of just like breezed over, and now because of what I'm doing, I'm having to dig into it. Everyone talks about the AC-130. Don't get me wrong, AC-130 is fucking cool. It's literally just large caliber guns with wings. I get it. Cool as shit. Why is everyone sleeping on the P-8 Poseidon? The more I learn, the scarier that aircraft gets. Why people be sleeping? It's a jumbo. It's a fucking 737 with like a rotary like torpedo bay in it, and you can drop fucking sonar buoys out the bottom, and it has hellfires, and you can fire fucking stupid shit off of it. Like, the more I learn, oh man. Oh, I saw that guy. Thank you, dude. Time out, Hoopty. So anyways, yeah, I don't know why people be sliding. I posted a cool job at Fort Sill with RTX and the C-RAM C-Wiz. Really? I seen them out there. If you can get me on one of them systems, I'd go check it out. My problem with YouTube is if they never take fair use into account for copyright strikes. I've seen obviously fair use videos get blocked. Oh, bro, TikTok is so much worse. You know how many of my videos on TikTok have been taken down? Do you know why they've been taken down? Originality. They are not original. I'm like, I literally recorded this shit. I just write in there, this is my original content. And they're like, oh, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. My last one, I wrote, this is my original content. And they're like, nope, it's not original. TikTok is stupid. What's up with the Germans having their support? I don't know. And I was looking at that. Now, having their support is one of two things. One of three, really. One, it's a way to win a vote. Hey, we're keeping more money here. Two, it's because they think that the war is lost and they need to maintain some of their own defense capabilities for when it continues. Or three, they think Ukraine is good and they can't give them anything worth a damn. So I don't know. HLC said next video, USA versus Mordor. I don't know, man.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Polish World War II invasion, but they have their modern day mindset.
USA versus the Cybermen.
Era armaments. Cheers from Ohio.
Oh my god. Did it start actually playing that time? Nicholas! I think you fixed my headphones. USA versus Goku. USA versus UN. That one is going to be fucking hard. Like the groups, like BRICS, the UN, the fucking European Union or NATO. Like, I'm having to do enough research for one country. Bro, we're looking at like a 2-hour video for fucking like one of those groups. I got to figure out how to break that down a little bit quicker. Sorry, I just saw that come through. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Polish World War II invasion, but they also have their modern day mindset with World War II era armaments. Cheers from Ohio. I like Poland. I fuck with Poland. I want to do Poland. I want to do Russia. Russia, people have asked for, but I'm kind of just keeping you guys like on the edge of your seat with Russia because I really want to deliver that one right. We're over an hour. I'm sorry, Protocol 4. Let me shake the bag. Watch him. Come on. Hi, Knox. Did you guys see how skinny they are now because they got shaved? Ow! That's my thumb, you fat ass. You get a second one because you're a good boy. There you go. You weren't good at the groomers. He shit all over the groomers. I don't know if I told you guys that. No, Knox, not you. Rain, come here. You don't get a third one, you fat shit. I'm sorry, Wolfram. I tried. Ooh, bagged stuff. Yeah, I went when we dropped them off at the groomers. Me and Mrs. Linecrosser walked around because I was like, you know what? Their treats that I have are pretty old. We need to update. So I got some other ones downstairs, and I just grabbed these real quick. Evening, y'all from Southeast Texas. How y'all doing over there? USA versus Peak Power USSR. Well, that's the thing. Peak Power USSR is kind of hard to figure out. And the reason it's hard to figure out is because once we got through the Iron Curtain, we found out they were making bulldozers and tractors and not tanks. So it's like kind of hard. I could go off of what they said they had. Russia versus Poland. I should just start doing verses after that. Actually, that might be kind of cool. They're skinny and need cookies to fatten up. Knox has plenty of fat. It just happens to be located between his ears. Rain, are you done eating? Go lay down, baby girl. Rain has never been shaved before, but she actually looks younger. There you go, baby. All right, go on, lay down, Rain. VFA 14 guy here. USA versus Upside Down USA. Buffalo. He is the Buffalo. Angie, you've been here for a while. You must have been here before because I referred to him as the Great White Buffalo. He found the torch. Chair forced time to stop playing Tiddlywinks manhole covers. Can't let anyone have the 22. I feel like if the 22 did get out, the first place he would go is either Canada or Poland. Like, without a question. The upgrades for the F-22 isn't just smart with computing power as the F-35. If so, you just get where the kid gets a diploma and a PhD. It's actually not a half bad idea. I want to wait for that until like we know the first upgrades are rolling out because they haven't hit yet. I'm excited for them to hit. Sorry, I keep on adjusting because my whole leg is covered in Sanoderm right now. Here, I'll show you guys. Because I went and got my Borderlands tattoo almost done. We're almost done with it. But it's all siren tattoos. So you got my Salvador. I got all the siren tattoos outlined. I got to get them filled in. And then I got my Moe's back here. Sorry, I had to show you kind of the bottom of my thigh there. But yeah, that was another like 6 hours. We're getting there. We're getting there. Good, now that power and internet is back fully over here. Oh, you must have been down. Yeah, definitely down. Make a character for the Raphael or Raffaele. I still don't know how to say that damn plane. I should probably look that up. U.S. versus Canada with war crimes being legal. Canada. So Levictus, I did the Canada video, man, and I was trying to help out Canada as much as I could, but Canada, man. I mean, you guys take doing less or doing more with less to a whole other level, because like that wasn't even punching up. I feel bad. Marvin Haymeyer versus Granby, Colorado. Marvin Haymeyer is what happens when a reasonable man. So this is the thing. I was in Colorado when that happened. I was up. So right before that happened in Granby, there was, I can't remember the name of the fucking town. There was a tornado that came through, and I used to do insurance repos with my dad, which is where you just literally show up and you have a check in your hand and you give them a check and you take their car to the insurance impound. And the tornado came through and hit like a campground, and there was all these fucking RVs that were just like ripped apart and thrown all over the place. So we were up there, and I remember like getting in the truck with my dad after we had literally just took two of them and put them on back of the trailer and sandwiched them down because they were just in pieces. And we were getting ready to roll out, and I like looked on the news, or maybe we heard it on the radio, and Marvin Haymeyer was doing Marvin Haymeyer shit. We were like, what the fuck? So I heard there's a maple syrup cartel in Canada. Is there? Oh, that would be the coolest thing ever. U.S. states versus each other? Ooh. That's actually not half bad. U.S. states versus each other. You're going to have to cover them all up with live action comes out. You know, so here's the thing. And this is what I learned, Reclaimer. So I did mention in my Twitter, I was like, I don't know how to feel after this whole Jack Black incident. I know Jack Black himself didn't do anything. But a lot of people were saying you need to learn to separate the art from the artist. So for me, no matter how bad the movie does, I'll still play Borderlands. And I still enjoy the games and the series. I really do enjoy it. So that's the way that I look at it. I feel like some of the things they nailed. Some people don't like the Tiny Tina choice. I think they did a really good cast with her. I think that Tannis was a good cast with Jamie Lee Curtis. Jury's still out on Lilith. Krieg, perfect. Like, I've seen the way he's portrayed in that video, at least in the trailers. Krieg, nailed. I don't know about Jack Black as Claptrap. We'll see how he does. And I love Kevin Hart. I'm a huge Kevin Hart fan. Like, honestly, I think the dude is fucking hilarious. I don't think he can be as stoic as Roland was. I really don't. I really just, it's not my thing. C5M Super Galaxy, but it's a gunship. I call it AC5 Archangel of Death. Wait, is that a thing? Did we build that? We be building shit. We just be building some dumb shit. JROTC versus the Russian military. Look, we want to give at least one of the teams a chance. Maybe we'll add, like, Belarus to Russia, and they'll stand a better chance there. U.S. states versus countries, got to make it fair. Texas versus fucking Yugoslavia. I got, like, I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I went fishing last Friday, and for some reason, normally I get chigger bites all over my legs, and that's not a bad word. They're a little insect that just fucking bites you, and it's like a mosquito bite, and they itch like fucking crazy. But I went fishing last weekend, and I just drugged my kayak into the water, threw some grass, and I went fishing, and now I have them all over my fucking arms. Like, it's nuts. You should come to Mississippi to visit the Stennis Space Center. Really? Samocyte nukes tested in the salt domes, the only nuclear test sites known to be done in the eastern U.S. I didn't know they had nuclear test sites in Mississippi. I thought they were all at White Sands. I've been out to the Trinity site. Well, I drove by the Trinity site. For those of you who don't know what the Trinity site is, you can go visit it, by the way. There's not much there. In April and October every year, you can go out to the Trinity site. It's like a fucking 2-hour bus ride out there. And you get out there, and there's a pedestal where they set off the first atomic bomb, like, ever. Like, yeah, that's cool. There's literally nothing around. Nothing for fucking miles in every direction. Navy and Marines versus Air Force. Started just pitting shit against each other. Cat Williams is king. I fuck with Cat Williams. Dave Chappelle's funniest. I don't know. I liked old Dave Chappelle more than new Dave Chappelle. And maybe there hasn't been a change. I haven't really seen a whole lot of his new stuff, but like Dave Chappelle in Con Air, hilarious. The Dave Chappelle Show, hilarious. Yeah. Kevin Hart was a terrible choice for Roland. I think, yeah. I'm trying to think who would have been a better cast for Roland. Jamie Foxx. I bet he would have crushed it as fucking Roland. Again, I love Kevin Hart. I love him. I think the dude is fucking hilarious. I don't think he's a Roland pick. I really don't. I'm eager to see how he does. There's the thing. There's been a few, like, what was it? Dan Schneider? He's always been a goofball, but he had a serious role, and he crushed it. I was like, I'll fuck with that. Roland is supposed to be the straight man. You're right. How would the map look if the U.S. broke up? Well, we know California's just gone. They have an unsustainable model. They tax the living shit out of everybody, and just it's nuts. Not to mention, they don't really, like, aside from movie star elites and child touchers, they don't really make a whole lot. I think the American Midwest is going to be pretty self-sufficient because they do a whole lot of their own damn food. So is the South. They'll fucking eat anything. Hey, you want some Nutri-Rat? Sure don't. Sure as fuck don't. Samuel L. Jackson is, I could see that. U.S. Air Force versus individual countries. Franklin versus the boys. The money's on Franklin. I mess with Dane Cook. Dane Cook's a little bit, I don't know. He kind of fell off for me. South Dakota versus North Dakota. Wow, words are really, really difficult, folks. I want you to know that. I'm trying to figure out this over here. Come on, load. Being silly over there. Pirates versus ninjas. U.S. versus peak World War II self. That might be a good play because. So what was it? The Grim Reapers did. Oh, Will Smith for Roland. I don't know. Will Smith does have some good acting skills, but I don't think he's the one for it. I really don't. I mean, he's tall enough. He's got like the build for Roland. I don't know. Anyways, so what was it? Oh man, I just had it. I just lost my shit. Oh man, I need some sleep, guys. Leave me alone. Can the Patriot intercept the S-300 missile and vice versa? Also, can the Patriot radar detect the F-22? Lastly, when nations say they donate Patriots, is the missile or the radar the whole system? Great question. That's actually a wonderful question, Matt Phillips. That gives me a lot to dive into. Can a Patriot intercept an S-300? Yes. And the reason for it is because an S-300 has a surface-to-surface capability. Now, when we test Patriot sometimes, we do what's called a pat-on-pat engagement. Pat is short for Patriot. And so we'll literally take one Patriot system, and we'll put what's called a virtual target up in the air, which is a fake target. You're tricking the system into thinking a target is there. And you'll set it up to hit it. And you'll turn off some safety so they don't self-destruct or anything else like that. And then as it's flying up, the other Patriot system detects it. And because it's low enough in the arc, the other one engages it. It's called a pat-on-pat engagement. There's some other things you have to do to make that work, but yeah, we do that. So we can intercept S-300 missiles. S-300 intercept Patriot? I don't know. I want to say yes, theoretically, but you wouldn't just fire a Patriot at nothing. So it might be able to defend an aircraft. But that's the same thing. Like, let's say there was an aircraft, the S-300 fired at it. Could Patriot shoot that missile? You could try. I don't know if you could. I really don't. And vice versa with the S-300. I don't know if that's a possibility. Hold on. Mrs. Linecrosser just sent me an essay. So hold on. I got to read that real quick. Okay. Raymond Hatton. There we go. Mrs. Linecrosser caught it and I didn't. Hey, I'm sorry for your loss, man. I'm so glad you're here. From Mrs. Linecrosser and myself, we're absolutely, sorry for your loss. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. I'm so glad that my videos help you through a dark time, my dude. I really do. So I'm glad you're here. Ask any questions you want. I'll try and get to everything as much as I can. All right. Can the Patriot radar detect the F-22? So technically, any radar in the world can detect the F-22. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird, but so when we're talking about stealth aircraft, stealth is not an infinite resource. So if you have a stealth or a radar and that stealth jet gets close enough, the chances of that radar picking up that jet go up the closer that jet gets to that radar. The thing is, the radar cross-section of an F-22, which ultimately dictates like the size of the return you get, is like 0.002 meters squared or something. Don't quote me on that, but it's really fucking small. It's like literally the size of a bumblebee. Very, very small. And so what happens is like my radar pushes out fucking millions of pencil beams, digitally steerable beams. That's how a regular phased array radar works. It pushes out millions of them, and they spread out and they hit stuff. But as things get closer, the chances of that little 1-inch square getting hit by a radar beam and getting a return go up. So technically it could, but could an F-22 release an anti-radiation missile before I could detect it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely, without question. But here's the thing, and this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. I can shoot down his harm. As far as I know, an S-300 and S-400 can't do that. I know it's a really weird idea to think about. Like, wait, you can shoot down anti-radiation missiles? Yes. We see them separate. Like if I see a plane coming in and all of a sudden it goes from one track to two tracks and they're separating and that plane turns back, I know that's an anti-radiation missile and I know I can fucking smoke it. As long as I get like a time versus altitude reading. Man, the TISM is starting to block up. So I'm sorry, Wolf. I'm sorry. Lastly, when nations donate to Patriots, is it the missile, the radar, the whole system? It's going to be the whole system. Launchers are no good without the rest of the system. Radar is no good without the launchers. So it's going to be the whole system. And usually that's 6 launchers. You can have up to 8 unclassified, but usually 6 is kind of like the standard. That's what we use is 6. Radar, EPP, AMG, and ECS.
Would you
Nicholas!
I'd
I'm sorry,
intercept
my
me.
tism.
Just a reminder that you're over an hour. Your sleep is more important than our content.
Oh, I know, but I do 2 hours, and I appreciate it, man, so much. So much. One Kinzel Orc versus one Patriot Boy. So, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. When American or when Ukrainian Patriot intercepts something, they know exactly what they're hitting. Okay, just because of what we have, we know what we're hitting. We don't like it's not a mystery. Like, was that a plane or a missile? No, we know exactly what the fuck we're hitting. So, the Ukrainians have started cutting out little shapes. One looks like a Kinzel. One looks like an Iskander. One looks like a fucking what's their cruise missile? I can't remember the name of their cruise missile. Some of them look like Shahed drones. And they put little magnets on the back and they hang them up because the doors on the inside of the ECS, the engagement control station, are metal. So everything's magnetic in there. We use magnets for all sorts of shit in there. They're running out of room to put magnets. That's how much the system is doing over there. Ukraine recently pushed out a statement that every single Kinzel that has been fired at areas of Kyiv that are protected by Patriot have been shot down. Based off of my understanding and the people I know who know people there, that is an absolute correct statement. And if I saw a Patriot system get fucking smoked, I would tell you guys, yeah, it's done. I just haven't seen anything convincing enough. Jamie Foxx in Stealth is NJD preview. You're not wrong. As an air defender, you should go to Nakoma, North Dakota. Is that an old Hercules site or something? We thought you lost was USA versus World War II Self. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Devin. I'm sorry. So the Grim Reapers did a video on that, and they put like a modern Nimitz class carrier against a bunch of old ones and like invading Japan and shit. And the thing is, they ran out of missiles and machine guns before the enemy ran out of planes. Like it's so much easier to build a Zero, and so you can crank out Zeros so much fucking faster. So you have hundreds of them, thousands of them, than it is to make an F-22. Like, yeah, the F-22 is going to fucking smoke them all day long, but what happens when that F-22 runs out of ammo, runs out of missiles, runs out of any ability to fight? You're just, I mean, ultimately a sitting duck when you get back on the runway. U.S. Coast Guard versus Russian Navy. Still unfair, and the Coasties wouldn't break a sweat. You're not wrong. Like I said in that video today, Russia, I didn't make a joke about it in this one, but they just pulled their last ship out of Crimea. To me, if I was losing ships and I pull my last one out of Crimea, that counts as an L, right? If Russia had eliminated Ukraine's ability to conduct naval strikes and then left Crimea, I would consider that a Russian victory. I'm considering this one a Ukraine victory. That's the way I'm looking at it from a strategic perspective. If they had been dominating the area and Ukraine had no ability to get, naval superiority, I guess is what you would call it, yeah, I would say that they didn't do shit. Versus an uncrossable line. I thought making stroke jokes about a Chinese dictator was crossing too many lines for me, but I suppose that is incorrect. Katie the Nova goes, what is an anti-radiation missile? Sorry, I just caught back up. An anti-radiation missile, or an ARM, you may have heard like the Army, the Air Force has HARMs, which are high-speed anti-radiation missiles. What it is the aircraft detects a radiation signature from a surface-to-air missile site. F-16s were great at this. They kind of pioneered this tactic. It's called wild weaseling, where you literally you have to wait till the enemy radar detects you. You have to release your anti-radiation missile. Then you have to notch the enemy radar, notching is ultimately a way of falling in between some filters for a short period of time. It allows you to drop off of an enemy radar for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. But that 5 to 10 seconds is usually enough time for you to get the living shit out of there. So F-16s pioneered wild weaseling against Saddam Hussein. They would literally fly straight towards something that was trying to kill them. And then once they got a lock on, they would release their anti-radiation missile. What that missile does is it locks onto the radar signature and it smokes the radar. The cool thing about anti-radiation missiles, and they're not usually explosive because they don't need to be. You're just hitting a radar. Most of the time, they're just kinetic. They just hit and they rip right through it because it doesn't take much to destroy a radar. So usually they don't explode in a big fireball or anything else like that. They just rip right through shit. F-100s did? My bad, weapons. My bad. Look, as far back as I knew that was happening was only Desert Storm. If it was before Desert Storm, my bad, weapons. My bad, okay? Do I still do anything in the military? I mean, I'm an instructor, but I try and do as little as humanly possible. I'm hopelessly addicted to Milani. Wait, Milana? I don't know what that means. It's nap time. Don't think you still... I'm not still watching, though. I got you, NSA agent. F-22 is able to spoofing the Saab. So is it able to spoof the way that the Gripen, whatever, does? I don't know. We just recently got, like, photos and videos of the cockpit of an F-22. Like, just recently. I don't know. I know I can spoof enemy jets. We never do it. Ever. But I have the ability to send a lethal beam at an enemy aircraft and let them think like, you're about to die. Watermelon or pineapple? Ooh, depends on the time of year. Oh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with pineapple. I like the kind of sourness of Caliber. Thank you guys. I couldn't remember the damn cruise missile. Decade, you're getting nuggets. And it looks like the X-35 without the VTOL capability and the back stabilizers. Do I think ranch and pizza is a good combo? In certain capabilities, okay? So like a small dip to get it on the end of the slice of pizza and a bite, not bad. But some of these people like take half a bottle of ranch and put it on one slice of pizza. That's excessive. What is a military fiction weapon that is the most possible? I got to think of a good fiction weapon. I can't even think of any fiction weapons right now. Lasers? Microwaves? We'll go with that. I heard that a drone almost got an air-to-air over Yemen, taking out a missile. I don't know, Blue Jay. I've never even heard of that, man. I want to look into that. That a drone almost got an air-to-air over Yemen. I'm curious. I just got down to the part where Weapons is losing his fucking mind. I'm sorry, Weapons. Am I part of the E4 Mafia? Fuck yeah. I'm always Mafia. Bologna is ice cream bars. I did not know that. I fuck with ice cream though. Today I found out there's a Soviet-themed restaurant in Portland, and it supports Ukraine. It's called Kachka. There we go. I would love to visit if it's still there. I have a sister up in Portland. I'm gonna find out. The two strongest tisms butting it. It's time for popcorn. I will admit, I don't know everything about everything, and that's why I like Weapons. He's very quick to call me out like, no, that's not how that works. I know air defense. I know missiles. Like, if you ask me on my side, how am I going to kill that aircraft? No problem. But apparently, I thought an F-16 pioneered wild weaseling, but apparently it came from like F-4s and F-101s and all other shit, and I didn't know that. Am I going to Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio? I want to. Right now, work is kind of chaotic. Honestly, everything is chaotic. This year, it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do that just because I feel like, I want you guys to know, like last week and this week is the longest I've been home, and I should be on next Friday too. It's the longest I will have been home since February? Like, it's been chaos. Where did your channel name come from? Great question, Matt. I actually love that question. When I was stationed here at Fort Sill, I was in 3-2 Air Defense Artillery. I was a battery trainer when we got back from the United Arab Emirates. I got promoted. Like, the day I got promoted, my command team was like, we need a battery trainer. No one else knows any tactics. You're it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to bend some rules, but I'll get you there. Because, like, this is the thing. I know how to train people. I know how to fight the system. Like I'm like a savant on that shit. But like all the other admin bullshit, like writing paperworks and check rides, I'm awful at it. And I know that. I know where my talents lie, and I'm perfectly okay with this. And I bent a lot of rules, but I got my guys trained. That's what matters, right? The enemy isn't going to turn around and say, oh, their maintenance paperwork wasn't signed today, guys. We got to come back tomorrow. No, they're going to capitalize on any deficiency you have. And that's what I wanted my guys to focus on. Like, I don't give a shit if your signature isn't on something. I give a shit if you know how to keep yourself and your asset alive. But anyways, so I bent a lot of rules, broke a lot of rules, and my commander pulled me aside and he's like, Sarlong, I just gotten like our last crew certified. He's like, Sarlong, you should have been in a lot of trouble. You're a habitual line crosser. I was like, uh-huh. He goes, you know why you're not? Mm-mm. He's like, you're damn good at what you do. And I was like, thanks for playing to my strengths, sir. So I got that name from him. Captain Abbott. He's probably a major now, maybe a lieutenant colonel. He's a great commander. I really worked well with that guy. Taught me a lot about property. Really good dude. Texas v. Florida. Oh, bro, I don't think I could ever explain Texas v. Florida without getting, like, stabbed by somebody. Like, you're fucking wrong. Listen, we got all this. Like, there's not enough information I could have about Texas or Florida. Like, I'm going to give one an edge over the other and be like, no, that didn't happen that way. Like, bro, never going to happen. After a quick Google, it's still open? Hell yeah. Well, commies aren't known for being smart. Activated his weapons trap card. Oh, man. Swordtism. Did I have swordtism? Don't go to Portland. Oh, no, I agree. Portland is horrible, but I got family that lives there, so. Right, Patterson, the other Area 51. You know what's crazy? And Nick was talking to me about it, the fat electrician. He was like, do you know how many people, reported seeing UFOs while the U.S. was testing the B-2 Spirit? Like, and they correlate. Like, 50 people reported a UFO while they were doing a test flight over some area. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Nakoma, birthplace of Patriot and Aegis? Really? I thought, and you might be right, I've never been to Raytheon's, like, hub. I've been to Northrop's, and theirs is Huntsville, Alabama.
Would
Nicholas!
you intercept me?
Let's hear.
I'd intercept me.
Drunken redneck versus high Florida man, basically.
My headphones are jacking up. Drunken redneck versus high Florida man, basically. You're not wrong. That's completely fair. Did I talk about the incident in Tel Aviv with the drone strike that supposedly came in from Yemen? I've not talked about it. I've had a lot of people ask me about that. Like, how did this get through? How did this happen? And the reality is, I don't know. Because there's too many variables that I don't know. So I can't make, like, the easy thing is to say, well, Yemen fired it, nobody saw it, and it got all the way through. Or Yemen has done their due diligence, and every time they've sent something, or they've maybe gotten intel from their buddies Hamas or their buddies Hezbollah, so they know where the gaps in Iron Dome are, that could be a possibility. Maybe they were firing specifically at civilian infrastructure that wasn't a protected asset from the Iron Dome, David Sling, Arrow, etc. I don't know. There's too many variables. Ultimately, what it looks like is drone hit building. That's what I know for sure. Drone, that's all I know. I know nothing else. And when it happened, I had a dude text me. His name is Sam, and he's like, "Hey, what's Iron Dome doing?" And I was like, "What happened?" I'll try and help out as much as I can, but I want to be totally transparent. I'm not going to just make stuff up. If I don't know, guys, I'm going to tell you I don't know. When you get shit done, things get overlooked. I have made myself unfireable in most places that I go. And that's why, like, I bend so many rules. What are you going to do? Fire me? Okay. Go find somebody else who does it better. You go to any unit in the military, go to anyone. I'm going to tell you this right now. You go to any fucking unit out there in the military. There's like 7 motherfuckers keeping that unit going. Everybody else is useless. And if you are one of those 7, you can't get fired. Unless, of course, you do something to someone that rhymes with grape. Or schmurder, right? Like, those are the only ways you're getting fired. I have a friend named Sam. Figures. All the fun, recognizable symbology. Compare the worst bases in Texas and Florida. I don't know. Texas might have a leg up because they got Cavazos, formerly known as Fort Hood. Ain't nobody surviving that place. Florida invades it. I don't know if they're gonna make it. How is Yemen not back in the Stone Age yet? I don't know. We need more Ethan, Chris, and Ryan Epic. Bro, I had so much fun. I'd never met Chris before, and I'd never like met Ryan before. Like we've talked on the phone, but I never met him in person. Both of them amazing dudes. I don't know if you guys saw that. Chris Cappy from Task and Purpose. He has a podcast channel. It's like a second YouTube channel, and I did a podcast with him, Ryan McBeth, and obviously myself. Had a blast doing it. If you guys haven't had a chance to see it, it's great. As for Yemen, fighting a non-uniformed enemy is really, really difficult. And I highlighted this on my USA versus Afghanistan video. So we have two choices. Either A, we just continue to chip away at them. And what's going to happen is Iran is going to continue to throw money at them because they're getting away with it. And they're just going to keep throwing weapons at them and all sorts of stuff at them, and we're going to have to keep destroying it. That's what's going to have to happen. Or option B, we deem everything a threat until it proves it's not a threat. And then you know what's going to happen. When you start hitting the Houthis that hard, they're going to take to social media. And now all these bleeding heart college students that are currently saying that Israel is committing a Shmenocide are going to start saying that the U.S. is doing one in Yemen. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't know what the answer is. I do not want to ever be in charge when we're fighting an insurgency. I never want to be in charge. It's an awful experience. What is my best Boots comment about your job? My best Boots comment about my job. I'm trying to understand. So this is either one of two things. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to fully understand. So either you're asking about like a boot camp story, or like when a soldier has said to me about my job. I don't know. I had a soldier one time tell me that he had rights. And now I know there's a lot of like former NCOs in here who are probably like, oh, fuck that, right? Don't worry. Now I have the same feeling, but it caught me so off guard. Mrs. Linecrosser texted me. She goes, the kid who said he had rights. She knew too. But it caught me so off guard. I didn't know how to respond. Like I was like here and I was like, hey man, we got to get this done. And he was like, Sergeant, I have rights. And I was so caught off guard. I was like, do these motherfuckers have rights? Like I was confused immediately. I was like, wait, am I fucked up? Does he actually have rights? Like in hindsight, it's easy to just be like, no, you don't. You're property of the United States military. Shut up. Go to work. But I've never, like, it's never come across. It's never happened to me. So it caught me so off guard. Can you imagine, like, your brain is full of just 10,000 things. You're an NCO. You're trying to make stuff happen. And all of a sudden someone goes, but I have rights. Do you? Like, it's the strangest feeling. It's the strangest. Anyways, so Boots Infantry. So I've been called Pogue a lot. Infantry loves calling us Pogue. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care. You know, we call them, I don't know, cannon fodder or bullet sponge. But it's always fun to remind them that, hey, what's the effective range of your M4 against a ballistic missile? Or Scud Bravo, Shahab 3, No Dong, Fateh 110, ER, any of that? No? Okay. And then just tell them, so, okay, if missiles start flying, go to your bunker, put on your mask, and pray to your God that I'm as good at my job as everyone thinks I am. It's always a good feeling to tell them that shit. Ryan McBeth theorizes that the drone used waypoints to navigate outside Saudi and Jordanian air defense range. That's very plausible. The thing with that is, how did they know where the range was? There's two options here, two potential ideas. Number one, Israel and Jordan are getting complacent and leaving their sensors in the same exact location. Or B, Iran, when they did that huge volley, they scoped out what things got through and what things didn't. So they knew where the weak points were. HLC, do you read any fiction series? I used to read, I loved Ender's Game. Ender's Shadow, Speaker for the Dead was okay. Valentine was not a big fan. But I wouldn't say Ryan's wrong. It's very plausible. We used waypoints on, what the fuck is it called? Ravens. My commander back in Afghanistan, he loved that damn Raven, that fucking drone. He loved that thing. We'd be set in somewhere and be like, hey, Dealer 6, this is Reaper 3 Romeo. We have 12 personnel moving south to north. There's no lights, and it looks like they're carrying some weapons. And, we're going to continue to monitor. We just sit there, noise and light discipline, fucking dead silent. We have night vision. We can see them. They don't even know we're fucking there. So we're just keeping an eye out. And then all of a sudden, you just hear, you're like, motherfucker. Of course they know we're here now. So just like, he loved that goddamn drone. So very plausible. Very, very plausible. Sounds like Atlas Shrugged inside your branch. Monkeys kick ass. Russian tanks are powered by a modified T-34 engine, especially T-80 and T-90. So I do need to go check out some Laser Pig. But the there's a new article that just came out, and I shared it on my Twitter just because I like stirring the fucking. But Twitter's a cesspool. I'm literally just shit posting in there, guys. Just don't take anything I say in there seriously. But I was in Twitter, and apparently a Ukrainian tank commander was like, the Abrams is literally better than every Russian tank I've ever seen. They love the Leopard. They love the Abrams. They're just better in every way. And I was like, imagine that. And I think the main part of them being better, at least in my eyes, right? If I had two tanks, right? Two tanks, and I said, well, this one, when it gets hit, you get to join the Space Force. This one, when it gets hit, the blowout panels blow off and you're fine. And I'm like, well, that's the one I want. That sounds much safer. At least outside looking in. Look up the Little David mortar and its nutshell. Hold on. I have Google open over here. Little David mortar. Jesus! What is this? Who would build that? 914 millimeters. Hold on, I gotta show this to you guys. Who would build that? Why is that a thing? And why do I want it to make a comeback? That's that's the final question there. That was unnecessary, but I still like it. The only rights they can have is the instructor's right backhand. Crunchy's right. Google Earth, Google Maps, yo. I really wish I had time to read. Why not build it? The nuts to lift it. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot like probably like the battleships. They probably have like a pulley system. USA response, mostly boredom. I love that joke. It really encompasses the American. I used it thinking like, not many people are probably going to find this joke funny. But the comments, mostly boredom, mostly. I was like, this is great. I love it. Someone's compensating? Yeah. Fucking me. I thought I already answered this, Robin St. Pierre. The Ryan Macbeth theorized the drone used waypoints over the sea, Gulf, Suez. It's very plausible. We've done Mrs. HLC here tonight. She is paying attention. We use drones all the time. The Raven, what's the other one? We had the Raven and then a little bit bigger one. Both of them crash when they land. That's a real thing. They're designed to fall apart when they land. They just hit the ground and just the nose comes off, the body comes off, the wings fall off. That's the way they're designed. USA, let's go. How do you even load that gun? With a whole lot of ass. Do a video on experimentals. F-16XL. Oh, I probably I need to know more about experimentals. A 36-inch mortar. It's excessive. It's stupid, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna send it to Nick. I bet he would have a lot of fun with that. I'm going to text Nick. I'm going to take a picture of it. Hold on. I just texted him, so video when? Root beer float versus regular root beer. I'm gonna go with regular root beer. I don't like I'm very particular about my ice cream. The only things that should be in ice cream is chocolate, caramel, peanut butter, brownie. I mean, I guess that falls under the chocolate category. Sprinkles, whipped cream, Fruity Pebbles. Those are about the only things that should be in there. She always pays attention. Have I heard the Phoenix has been reborn? Yes, the SM6. Well, it's now the AIM 174. Yes. It's good to see the Phoenix back. Good to see it back. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see what Nick says. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's fucking warm in here. It is unbelievably warm. Hang on. I'm gonna get that. Cookie? He just texted back, what the fuck is that? 914 millimeter Little David mortar. Or 914, how many? Is it 914? God damn it, where's it at? 914. I just texted 914 Little David mortar. Thank you. You may have just given something to the fat electrician. That's the booze talking. Is Kuwait Porta-John warm? Let me tell you, my heart is warm. Thank you, David. Milk chocolate all day. Ooh, I fuck with milk chocolate. That one, that's one thick ass boy. Oh, I love that. His next video coming up. I'm hoping so. I'm gonna see what he says. AKA the FAFO mortar. Protocol forward. Next time in Tampa, Florida, visit the USS Victory. It's a Victory class cargo ship that was replaced Liberty ships at the end of World War II. You can also visit the Florida Aquarium next to it. So I did go to an aquarium. I don't know which aquarium. It was the Clearwater Aquarium. Peanut butter and ice cream sounds nasty. Yo, the one and only prawn. I'm telling you. If there is a Andy's frozen custard near you, go there. There's one that has like chocolate and peanut butter and shit in it. It is phenomenal. It is absolutely fucking I dropped my water. It is phenomenal, man. A graham and ice cream is actually really good. I can fuck with that. Do you think the U.S. is going to fund the new 155 millimeter anti-aircraft with data links? So this is the thing. They funded it. They put out the contract. Whether or not someone's going to be able to build it, I don't know. Dark chocolate and milk chocolate all day. Sugar cookies, okay, there's a few. There's a few. Sugar cookies, milk chocolate. How large is... Hold on. Who wins? U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy? Depends on the battlefield. Actually, no, I don't think it does. Don't take this the wrong way, Air Force. Like we're not gonna do nukes. I got it. The Air Force has two parts of the nuclear trident. Got it. Cool. Whatever. A nuclear triangle. But I think the Navy has it. I really do. Don't get me wrong. There is some number. There's a good number of special operations in the Air Force. I will say that. But like I look at the other aspects. Navy logistics, I feel like, is better than Air Force logistics. Navy construction battalions are better than Air Force civil engineers, at least in my opinion. The F-22, I'm making Mrs. HLC want ice cream. Well, Mrs. HLC, I would love to have a Sonic Blast with you later. Oh, I know the Davy Crockett. CBs, yep. Navy also has those crazy Submariners. Exactly. They have to drink the ice cream. Boats move slower. It takes more logistical prep before movements. Yeah. But once they're there, they're pretty self-sufficient. We all like them in every branch. What about cyber? Actually, that's a good question. I do genuinely believe that the Air Force has better cyber defense than the Navy does. Kind of. The military is really, really good about compartmentalizing information. The military is phenomenal about it. So, like, this system won't talk to this system. You got to use like a floppy disk or sometimes just a regular disk to transfer information between them. You can't use like a thumb drive. They're really good about compartmentalizing like systems, processes, and information. So I don't know. That's why, like, that is one of the biggest defenses against the enemy. If they took me in, do I know a lot about Patriot? Yeah. Well, tell me how fast the F-18 can fly. Bro, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. The chair force against Uncle Sam's misguided children. Who wins if the USMC has Canadian creativity coming from the NCOs? I think that one, it would be a long fight and it would be an awful fight, but I genuinely believe that would go to the Marine Corps. And that's just because the Marine Corps' ability to operate in small teams autonomously. They operate in small teams really, really well. Thanks for helping calm the dark voices. Caustic, I'm here as long as you need me to, man. I will say that I got about 3 minutes left, but I come on here every Friday for 2 hours. So I got about literally 3 minutes left. But I'm drenched in sweat, guys. Like, I may not look like it, but this shirt is fucking soaked. I'm rough. I'm rough right now. Army Striker versus USMC light armored vehicle. Are we talking about the LAV 25? It depends on the variant. It really does. Like, a Striker MGS with the 105 is gonna smoke a fucking LAV 25. But just a regular Striker with like gunner's cupola and dismounts, that would come down to individual like Marines or soldiers' capability. Army versus Navy, who wins? See, that's a tough one. Because on the land, Navy don't stand a chance. We're going to fuck them up. Like, I'm just going to be real. But Navy has this uncanny ability to be like, oh, okay, we're just going to go out to the ocean. And, like, I can't do shit. I mean, maybe, like, Special Forces can storm one of their boats, but, like, that's only a couple thousand guys. So, like, I don't know. That's a really tough one because I want to give everybody a fair shake. But, like, if they stay on the land and fight us toe-to-toe, Army all day. Army is going to fuck them up. And if they're close enough to the shore that they can be seen with Army systems, they are going to get fucked up. Fun fact, I don't know how true this is. I haven't been able to find any information on the internet. This came secondhand from a buddy of mine who was in OIF-1 in the initial push into Iraq. Apparently, so Saddam Hussein bought all sorts of shit. Like, all sorts of crazy shit Saddam bought, including old Russian diesel submarines. In the fucking desert. And he had them in the Tigris or the Euphrates or one of the fucking rivers, right? So he had them there. And all of a sudden, the U.S. invades, and they're like, we need to take these out to the Persian Gulf. And America had showed up, and he tells me that there was a dude in his unit that literally sank a submarine to the bottom of one of those rivers with an Abrams main battle tank. I can't even imagine what that command sounded. Gunner, Sabo, submarine. What? Like, I'd be... when you getting drug tested, sir? Like, that's such a... What's the Coast Guard doing in all this? Bro, I don't know. Ooh, that's a good question. Are we including Marines when we say the Navy? That's a fair assessment. I'm going to say no. If we include the Marines... It'll be a longer fight, but I still think the Army's got it. Just because the Army outnumbers the Marines by so much. There's only 177,000 Marines. Active duty. There's 1 million active duty Army. Heck yeah, it's the best looking F-117. What? Good night, be safe. Yes. Oh, are we there? We are at our 2 hours. Have I considered a window AC unit? Once I get to my house, like this is Army housing, once I, I'm out of the Army and I'm in my house, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Navy with battleships, wing dang, guys, peace. We are there. Look up Project HARP. All right, we'll look that up and then I gotta get off. Let me see, Project HARP. It's a giant fucking cannon. Space gun. A cannon that shoots to space. Didn't the Nazis do something like this that had like additional powder all the way up to shoot across the English Channel? Wasn't that a thing? I think that was a thing. All right. I think it's playing. Can't hear it, but I can see it. Well, there you have it, folks. We are at the end of the 2 hours. So remember, every Friday night, I log in and I go live and we just talk about whatever. So as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. If you would like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecrosser.com. Get yourself some merch. Yes, don't worry. I have an F-22 and Franklin shirt design coming. It's coming very, very soon. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I just got it today. I can't wait. So check out the store. Go to habituallinecrosser.com and I'll have all of my merchandise. Everything is there. All of my socials. So go ahead and check it out. So without further ado, I'll see you guys next Friday. Take it easy. Love you all.